guys, we're gonna go for a nice drive in the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. If you did click on this video, got the red key in use, of course. This is gonna be my most insane drive out of any video that I upload with this car. So yeah, not gonna be as super in-depth of a review of the car, just more so enjoying the sounds that it makes, experiencing the amount of power this thing makes. And I also, guys, I do want to kind of explain for those of you that maybe not yet, you will though, if you haven't experienced a super high-powered car, I want to kind of give you the feeling through the camera and through describing it, with the difference between 500 and 717 frickin' horsepower. Guys, the Hellcat was the first muscle car ever to break 700 horsepower. I believe this car is actually the one responsible for this horsepower war that we're in now. And then in today's world, we got the Dodge Demon with over 1,000. Like, thank you, Hellcat, thank you. Yeah, they raised the bar so high for every other car manufacturer that I really do think the Hellcat is the reason we have cars that have as much power as they do today. Okay, so we're gonna start this video off a little bit on the tamer side, and then we're gonna get things going shortly here. But yeah, guys, right away hopping in the Hellcat, even with everything in street mode, the feeling of this car, it's big, it's bulky, you're grabbing this soft Alcantara steering wheel, but with a very nice feeling to it. I love the weight and the responsiveness and sharpness of the steering. That's one thing that kind of took me by surprise when I first jumped in the Hellcat. All right, let's start to experience a bit of the 500 horsepower here. And let's make sure we are getting 500 because we can track that. Why not? Where do we go? Let's go to engine. Actually, the dyno might be the best for this. Okay. Yep, limited right at about 500, and that is actually a nice setting for this car. We will do that again, and we're gonna do that in the 717, so high number, I don't even remember it. We're gonna do that in the 700 horsepower mode, and you're gonna see that we're just gonna go sideways. Like, it just, it can't handle that much power. Guys, what a neat feature about the Hellcat, being able to switch between like Scat Pack mode or Hellcat mode. If you buy the Hellcat, you have the Scat Pack, because you can just press a button and have Scat Pack power, but with a beautiful supercharger whine as you're accelerating. Or just press the 717 button, and now you have a full Hellcat. By the way, if you are wondering what actually happens when you switch between 500 and 717, number one, it limits the amount of boost that the supercharger produces. However, I don't notice any less of a whine. In fact, the whine sounds louder in 500 horsepower mode for some reason. But it does limit the amount of boost it produces. Also, less fuel, less air, and all that just equals less power. 217 less power to be exact. All right, we are about to hop on the interstate, and this is where this car belongs, guys, let's be honest. I'm gonna pull over here. We're gonna do a quick launch control. We're gonna keep it in the 500 horsepower mode for this, because trust me, guys, you can't launch this thing in this full 717 horsepower. All right, it is ready to launch, but I actually do want to adjust the RPMs it will launch at. Honestly, guys, doing 2500 is probably the better thing to do. Looks like that's actually the max. Wow. If I'm not mistaken, I thought the RT and the Scat Pack had a higher allowable launch control for the RPMs, but 2500 is the max in the Hellcat, surprisingly. Okay, that's good anyway, because otherwise you're just gonna spin. Ready? Make sure no one's coming. As expected, that's just pure chaos. Also weird, it didn't seem to actually like that very much. Dodge launch controls aren't that great, to be honest, guys. You smash the brake, you smash the gas in any other car, it's ready. But this, then it says it's canceled. Roast me in the comments, guys. I don't understand Dodge launch controls. But anyway, now that we are on the interstate, you know what it's time for. Let's experience the full 717 horsepower at just a quick push of a button here. So we're gonna go to drive modes, custom setup, boom, 700, oh, there we go, okay. It's like it didn't sense that we had the red key in here for a second. All right, let's do a quick little acceleration here in 717 horsepower mode. Ready? First gear. I mean, it can grip. It's like it's spinning while it's gripping. That's why you keep traction control on, because otherwise, well, you're probably going into that wall or that wall. Yeah, guys, when you get up to a speed where this thing can grip, it is very, very fast. Certainly not the fastest car I've ever driven, and I say that because given this thing does weigh 4,400 pounds, 717 horsepower in the weight of an average car probably is gonna feel a little bit more like, I would say, 600 horsepower. Again, given this thing just weighs so much, it doesn't, it's not as extreme as 717 horsepower may feel if you're used to driving lighter weight cars. Now let's corner the Hellcat. Let's see how this feels. I'm gonna be a little careful here because, you know, it's just very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. And that is not what this car is for at all, guys. You can just feel the tires about to come loose, and if you press that gas pedal too hard, boom, you're spinning out. I would not recommend buying this car for that reason at all. But for that reason, absolutely yes. What a beast in a straight line. And for those of you that hate on cars that can't corner, it's like, well, it's all about preference. I mean, there's other cars that can corner that don't produce the supercharger whine this does. It's the combination of both the supercharger whine and the exhaust note. They're like fighting for overpowering each other. This is the rowdiest car I've ever driven, the most fun car I've ever driven, with everything you can do in the infotainment screen. Like, you literally control the car at your fingertips. And no other car can do a donuts or burnouts as easy as the Hellcat can. So it's fun and special in its own way, just depending on what your preferences are. Going over a bump while putting power down, guys, those tires are just ready to cut loose. Down the brakes here. Wow. Yeah, guys, these are some of the best brakes I've ever experienced. And I just don't expect them to be good because 4,400 pounds. I've never felt so uncomfortable doing that in a car. We're not even taking it that fast, and I just don't feel good about it. Oh my. Wow. One of the easiest cars to just pass people, by the way. Again, also, that's what this car is for. Like, this actually would be a good daily driver if you don't care about money. Guys, we're at half a tank and we only have 90 miles left in range. When you are accelerating, for the majority of the acceleration, like if you're accelerating slowly and maturely, you will see about 2 to 3 miles per gallon for the majority of like getting up to speed. 2 to 3 miles per gallon. So yeah, if you don't care about money, knowing you're going to be filling up every single like couple days, if your commute is long, because even sitting idle, if you're in traffic, you are burning a lot more fuel than most other cars. Look at that, we're at 12 miles per gallon, 13 miles per gallon. Easily can just drop to like 8, 7, yep, no problem. If we ignore that though, this is a comfortable enough car to daily. It's obviously huge, so you can just kind of like spread out, put your arm out. I mean, back seat, if you scoot the seats up a little bit, easily could fit 4 people in here. And then at any point, like if you need to get somewhere faster, or just you have a double guardrail and want to do a pull, it'd be an enjoyable car to daily as well. All right, you guys, that is going to be a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below your thoughts on the Hellcat. I'm going to make quite a few more videos on this car, covering different details and also comparing this to other options like a GT500 or a C7 Z06, because if you're spending that much money on this car, those are options for you to buy. Appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon in the next video. Peace out.